I don't know. I don't know. I think I stand by that statement. He and I agreed on some key issues in the Obama administration. We disagreed significantly on Afghanistan and some other issues. I think that the vice president had some issues with the military, so how he would get along with the senior military and what that relationship would be, I think it would depend on the personalities at the time.
For more on this, let's welcome in California Congressman Tom McClintock. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Not exactly a glowing endorsement there from Bob Gates.
Well, no, and for good reason. Biden opposed the bin Laden raid. He attacked President Trump's decision to attack Qasem Soleimani when Soleimani was actively engaged in planning hostilities against American forces. He sees no threat from China and mocks those who do. If you remember, going back in time, in 1979, he was cheering the takeover of the Iranian government by the Islamic extremists led by Ayatollah Khomeini. And of course, one of the first things they did was to seize our embassy and hold our personnel hostage for 444 days.
Yeah.
Before that, he opposed Ronald Reagan's defense program that brought down the Soviet Union. But the worst thing that I think he's ever done, remember a few years back when we sent cargo pallets filled with cash, hundreds of millions of dollars to the terrorist regime in Tehran? Biden supported that.
Yeah, and that money is gone, long gone. And what do we get for it? Just more aggressive and provocative action from Iran. And when it comes to Kamala Harris, Congressman, we don't know anything about her foreign policy. She has no foreign policy record.
No, she doesn't, but she's got a domestic policy record that ought to frighten everyone.
Well, on the Second Amendment specifically, you know, you are out there in California, and like a lot of people, you wish you probably had broader Second Amendment rights, as you should under the Constitution in California. But, you know, she has called on, you know, banning assault weapons. We know the Biden administration wants to have a gun czar. Beto O'Rourke said he's going to take away your AR-15s. But here's what Kamala Harris wants to do when it comes to gun control. Revoke the licenses of gun manufacturers and dealers that break the law, require anyone who sells more than 5 guns a year to run background checks. You know, they want to put in these restrictions here. How scary is this to you, the prospect of a Biden-Harris administration when it comes to the Second Amendment? Did we lose the congressman there? Unfortunately, we lost his connection. But a lot of people are concerned about this, what they're going to do. You guys all heard the Beto O'Rourke soundbite where he admitted he's going to take it away. And Joe Biden has said he would make Beto O'Rourke his gun czar. I believe we have reestablished a connection with the congressman. Congressman, my question was, before we lost you, how scary is a Biden-Harris administration for you when it comes to the Second Amendment?
Well, you remember the St. Louis couple that tried to defend their home when a mob descended on their neighborhood, broke down a neighborhood gate, threatened their family. They defended their home with an AR-15. She wants to confiscate those, mandatory buyback to be precise, but it means confiscation. And at the same time, she wants to ban the very stand your ground law that allows homeowners to defend their homes from these kind of attacks. And meanwhile, this is a time when the Democrats are demanding no bail for most criminals and are allowing armed mobs to run unchallenged in our streets. Harris has called for defunding the police. Yep. She supported Mayor Garcetti's moves to decimate the LAPD. So you can, one thing that we can't accuse them of is obfuscating. They have been very, very clear what their intentions are and those that will be making policy in that administration. More criminals back on the streets, less law enforcement, no right to defend your family. I think people need to wake up and listen to what they are promising to do.
Well, Congressman, I think people are waking up, and the more of this video we see of the rioting and the looting happening all over this country, the more people are going to wake up. Great to see you, Congressman. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, John. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, as we mentioned, that Love Fest was in full effect yesterday.